Hi, it's Esther at the Trucking Scribe. Today I'm making Effie. He is the mascot for Barabra with 49 Dragonflies and Louise Hensel, I believe her name is. This is another envelope journal to where I have a good sized spine. It expands open. I have showed most of the steps in this video, but I condensed it all down, so I took out a lot of repetitive steps. So I am going to link the Christmas journal that I did more detailed videos on. So if this one's doesn't give you enough information. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this cute little book.
I am actually filming this on November 30th. Probably will not get posted until December 1st. I have been watching Louise and Barbara discuss the Defemer Ember, I can't even say it right, on YouTube. So I'm going to try and see if I can keep up with it. These are some of the printouts that I got to use. These are all beautiful. I love the colors. I'm going to make another envelope journal. And I'm going to use the craft envelopes. There he is. Cute. That's one of my favorite colors. I like that color. I'm going to put it there. He's in the bathtub. In the bed. I'm going to use these craft envelopes. I got them at Michael's. It's 5 1/4 by 7 1/4 inches tall. And I'm going to use 16, I think. Well, I did that time. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to open these and just set them on top of each other. I have some craft envelopes somewhere, but I don't know what I did with them. So I really wanted to do this one in a craft, so I went and got some. The two journals that I have made like this, I just fell in love with. So I don't know. I may be doing this for a while now just because they're so much fun. Okay. So I've got all my envelopes with the top up. This envelope I'm going to take in bold. So what I'm looking for, let me see if I can get some more light. Yeah, that works better. No, my light was off so much. So I'm not doing this part just to give it, I think, a little more flexibility. Corey was saying don't go all the way to the top, so I'm going to take her advice. She's actually the person that I learned how to do this from, although Janet Casey gave me the idea because she did hers and posted it on Facebook, my Facebook group. I don't know why I get so, I try to make that go in there perfectly. So I'm undecided if I want to cover the whole I'm just going to keep gluing these on just like I was doing, and I'll come back when I get done. So what I want to look at is, do I want to fold this around, which that way would look good, and then cut it over here. Let's see, well, it's 8.5, but I am going to cut that 5.5. That's 6, I think. Let's try 6 and see where that gets us. Yeah, I think that should work. Maybe 5.25. Don't really need quite that much hanging over. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these real quick. So I took my envelope and I measured from the center right here, and I get 5.25. So I added 1/2 inch to make it 5 3/4 this way. And then, because this is already 7.25, and I'm gonna have 2 sides going like this, it's gonna give me a 1/2 inch on each side. So I'll have 1/2 inch here, here, and here. I think I want my very first page of the Iffy. I'm wondering if I need to go ahead and distress this one side right here before I get too far. I think I will. Yeah. So let me do that real quick. So what I'm going to do is, after I've taken all my envelopes, I did go ahead and distress ink that middle one. These edges are going to be covered up, so there's no sense in doing that. But I found it was a little bit easier to do it ahead of time for me. So I'm going to use my glue stick and my regular glue, and I'm going to show you. I didn't start it now, but I want to glue this edge over here to make sure it stays down. So, and here I'm just judging. I'm using the wet glue. Actually, I turned it the wrong way. No, did I? No, I did it right. So what I'm doing is I'm looking. One is about metal ways. You can measure it if you want to, but I just try to get the top and the bottom the best I can. And then press it down with your bone folder. So what I'm going to do on this side is I'm going to trim like right there. See how there's just a itty bit there? And I'm going to do the same thing over here. I am trimming right here. I don't know if it's doing much good yet or not, but I'm checking to see. So when I clip these, that's so that this will fold over nicely and give me this nice corner. I didn't go all the way to the envelope on either side, but pretty close. I got as close as I could really get. Now I'm going to glue these sides down. And I start with the top and bottom. You could go bottom, side to top. But if you do it like this, then all your sides are more equal. it looks better because when you pull this over, and make sure you push this all the way up, because right there is where your corner is going to be coming in. So that's my first page. Yeah, I think I like it like that, where we're just going to fold it over and the glue book over. What I'm going to do is try to alternate some of these pages. That way I don't have FD on every page on the front. So what I'm looking at is this side right here, the side that's going to go up against the edge of my envelope. I'm going to glue this edge over here. Make sure it gets plenty of glue. And I'm not going to the edge right around here because I'm going to put glue on that when I fold the edges in. So the wet glue gives it time. It gives it a slippage where you can move it most of the times. If you notice, I'm not really trying to go out of that half-inch mark, but over here I'm trying to get closer to the edge. So what I do is I turn my book like this to where this edge is away from me and the top is to my right. And I take my paper and I've got my fingers underneath and kind of holding it up to where I can get a good look. And I'm just trying to get real close right there, but I want it to close. See? Then when you turn it over this way, you're going to cut your corners again. A little bit closer. Like I said, I'm trimming this corner. I don't know that it's helping or not. I figured I would try it on a few and see. If you're not familiar with this binding, it's an envelope. It's a no-sew binding that you can see. So I'm taking my fingernail and I'm pushing that little bit over. And I'm just rolling that edge over the envelope. Same thing here. I'm going to take and kind of push that in. And I'm going to glue this side down. And you can use wet glue for this all the way. You could use the double-sided tape would work. What I found works the best for me is the glue stick and the wet glue. So I think I'm going to take, how many F's do I have? 3, 4, 5. I have 6. I think I'm going to go 3 and then. So once again, I got my top up here and I'm going to glue this edge completely all the way off to the end. And then I'm going somewhere around half an inch. I'm just estimating. So it may take me, now that I think about it, probably the weekend to get the cover on this because I want to do my sewing. I want to put some lace and stuff on the edges. Yeah, I'm thinking that may not make a difference in the end, but when I start talking about it is this little corner right here, but I'm cutting it right now. And I just take my finger and kind of push it, and then take my hand and rub it over. That way it's a good tight. And then right here, I think I got a little too close on that one, but maybe not. So this little bit right here, I'm kind of pushing it in. That way it just makes the edges look better. Same thing, I'm going to take my finger and rub, pull this over. And see right here, I'm off just a little bit, but that's okay because when I come back with the part that covers this side, we'll cover that up. You won't even notice it. So what I'm going to do is put all these on just like this on this front facing page, and then I will be back. So now what I'm going to do, you can see, so I'm going to measure this side. So I'm wanting to kind of do the same thing, but I want to leave like just a little bit there. So I think I'm going to cut this 7 inches tall. By like 5 2/8. We could say 5. More 5 for now, and we'll check it and see. So these will probably fit just about right. Yeah. So I may not need that 5. Let's see. That's exactly 5 inches. So I just need to cut the top off to 7 inches. Let me try that. I'm trying to keep as much of my as I can. This one is not going to be folded, so let's see. So it's going to fit just like that. I think 7 should work just fine. Let me do these at 7. So I have now inked all my back pages. And I inked this, so I'm going to start gluing. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to glue it like right there. And this is where I'm going to put some more glue in here. This is where the I don't remember what I was going to say. This is where the wet glue definitely makes a difference, because it will help you let that paper slide across to get it where you want it. So definitely make sure to try and use it and see what you think. You may not like it. I just try and put it on here because I don't know what in the world's going on outside. That was loud. So that I can kind of judge. If I need to slide it, I can slide it. So there's going to be one in here somewhere that I'll be able to show you. And I'm going all the way to the end, from the inside to the outside, and then from this side towards me, which is going out. Helps keep glue from getting under your paper. Not that that helps all the time, because I have sometimes where I get a little wild and I get glue where I don't want glue to be. I'm just lining it up the best I can. There is some gap right here, and there's going to be some on the other side. And I'm just learning to turn my book this way because it's easier for me to get these glue pages on there. And I'm starting to get in that habit. At first that poor book was turned this way, that way, upside down, everything else. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the glue off my hand. As I'm gluing these to the back pages like this. I'm going to do this for all of them. Okay. So we're at the back. The back needs a flap like this. So what I'm going to do is actually, let's see, have this that would fit. Needs to be trimmed down. What I'm looking for is something to hang out there. You won't see this, so put that right there. I think I'll do this one on the back. Cut it down to 5. So since the front has its flap already, I just need one for the back. And actually, I might need something a little longer. Maybe not. I don't want to glue that envelope together, is what I'm trying not to do. I want this in the middle, right here where I have some hangover. But we're going to put this over the top of that too, so it's not as important. That it be glued down, because this is going to be glued to the whole thing. And I need some wet glue down. You can see where I missed a lot on this side. I'm gonna see. I need color glue because that's what happens. I can't see this, and then I miss it. I'm sure that's why I don't like stick glue, because I always have edges coming up. I like the Amazon purple and the Elmer's purple, and I know that's just because I can see the color. So same thing. I'm just gonna center this back here. Then I want this fold up to be right there on the edge of my envelope. So this is like the other lip of the envelope. See? So the way I measure my text block is like this. I said it. I want about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch all the way around on all sides. So I would mark it probably right about here and probably there. I'm going to cut it this way first. And then I'm just going to take and use this to measure, to do my measurements. And I'm going to do the same thing. And they come out just the right size. So what I'm going to do is the same thing I did before. I'm going to hold this up to the light. I know you can't see. Trying to figure out where do I want. Looks about so I'm gonna put glue on this. I'm gonna do both, the wet glue and the dry glue. About out of glue in that one. So what we're gonna do with this is the same thing we've been doing. Fold it down. I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna trim around it. Now I could have done it the other way and see. So I did not fold this before I got started doing. So before I get started gluing these edges down, I'm going to take in my paper and I'm holding it at an angle to the board. And then I'm going to just go around and take my bone folder and get it ready to fold over. And I do my top and bottom. So that would be part of the cover. Trim it off again. Let's see, this is, I think I want this one from my back outside. Remember, if you saw my other one, I'm going to do 12-1 because I think it will be tomorrow before I get the cover on. And then remember, this one going up that way is the top, front, outside. I'm thinking I may see what I've got into a pink or any kind of pink or blue to go with this. I like both colors. So So what I need to do is I need to go ahead and cut the other sides. I'm going to take and lightly tap. See how it makes that go compared to this corner? Not real hard. Just enough to kind of help round it. So here's my two covers. I'll put them in here and see what I think. Yeah, that will actually work out good. I'll have enough room that lace won't be, everything won't be popping out, but it will still have room to put the long stuff like this and it still show. So yeah, I think that will work. Stick it right there. So that could go in even further. Let's see. So I want it about right there and go down this way. About right here. So now I need to cover these the same way I did the other ones. Might actually be able to get him on there mostly. Who's about had it? Who knows, maybe they'll make it just a little bit longer. Let me get these done so I can put them under some weight to dry overnight. Just barely got him on there, but he's on there. And trim this one just like I did the others. See, this has all this pretty pink. So this might go right there very well. And then flip over here and put this one right there. Yeah, it'll look good with that, I think. Or either way, because this one Might cut well. See, there's Effie twice. I don't want them twice. I want 2 times on my front page, so we'll put them right. We'll do it like that. We'll put this front inside. Draw my little face again. This one's me back outside or inside. I cannot draw, y'all. So yesterday, last time you saw me, you may not know it's yesterday yet. I had finished this. I had not put the lace on it, but I had finished this side and this side. I covered these, and I have now sewed around them on all 4. This, I have added some lace and ruffles to it. I'm going to add a signature right here. It's not a whole lot of pages, but I'm going to put one there. We'll reinforce it before I sew it here in a minute. I still need to cut some holes or cut some envelopes for tags, or not tags, we call them journaling cards. So that's where I'm at right now. I wanted to show you where I got that from. And actually, I did have, this is going to be my spine. It came from a shirt that I bought, I think at Ross, for like $4 or $5, that has all this beautiful stuff on it. And I just took this one sleeve, so this sleeve, and I've been using it. You can find stuff all over the place that's really neat and beautiful. So I guess first what I need to do is sew in my signature, because once I put the back on, and I guess it really doesn't matter what thread I used unless I'm wanting to match it right here, because you're not going to see it on the outside spine. I will use this one. Using about 3 lengths of thread. If this was smaller, that would be perfect. I think I'm going to use this one. I'm going to take and put it down. So I'm just rolling this tape over my glue stick. And the reason for it is that washi tape sometimes doesn't always glue good. As it gets older, it will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this and put it right there. Is an element. There's no sense in throwing it away. Right there. So I'm going to just clip it. And I did have to trim these down to fit. So I'm going to also clip it right here. And you'll see I'm going to come out the other side of these envelopes. Probably wouldn't hurt to put some washi tape on that one. Now, let's see if I can get in there. I think it would hurt. So I'm not closing up this particular envelope. I'm just going to cover up the seam that we're going to work with. So if you look right here, it's going to be this seam or this envelope. And actually, because I got the other in there, it's going to show up better for us. And you won't see that when I get done. It's just going to be there. Let's see. I'm going to take it and I'm going to poke 3 holes. So I'm going to try and see. There it is. There's another one. And if you have this just right, it shouldn't be as much of a problem to get through the correct signature, the correct envelope. So I'm going to do the same as I always do and sew in my signatures. I'm going to go in right there. I'm going to come out and go in up here. I think. I had actually thought about doing another signature in here, but I don't know. I think this might be enough, but definitely if you're sewing them in like this, you need to do it before you sew in. Before you put your covers on. And check them, make sure this one can be pulled a little bit more. And I'm just going to tie them. But now to put these covers on, so this is going to be my back. Be my back inside. This one's going to be my front and my front inside. Let's see if I can measure and stretch at the same time. Actually thinking this would expand up to 2 or 3 inches once it's fully open. Let's see. Yeah, at least 2.5 to 3. I think I'm going to do the 3 just because it is a little thicker. So what I'm going to do is get my ruler and my pen and my 2 outside pieces. So this is going to be right here. I want to draw my lines right in here. Basically what I'm going to do is give it 1/2 inch. Let me see. Yeah. Right here. So I think I am going to go with 1/2 inch hang over right here. So it'll be this line. What I do first is I'm going to take and put glue on here. Try not to go over my 1/2 inch mark, although it really doesn't matter because this is going to be covered up too. So it looks like it goes this direction, so I need to line up this edge right there with that line that I just drew. My hands are getting sticky, but that's okay. I want to make sure this is down good. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I need to get some stuff to thin this out, I guess. I think they said fingernail polish remover or acetone. I'll have to look it up. So I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to try and set both of them on this line so I can see if I can get it even and not so much crooked. Okay. I forgot to put the text block in. And I'm lining it up right there with the and so that is an important part to remember. Sorry guys. Let me stick this back on, see if I can get it lined back up where I want it. I knew it was too easy for some. Okay. Now let me see if I can finish this. So this is my start of my journal. I like it. As it fills out, it would get that big. This is a 5x7 size, and actually the covers are bigger than that. They are about 5 3/4 by 7.5. So I'm excited about this one. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and that I give you enough information in this video to make one for yourself. If not, I will make sure to link my other video, the Christmas journal, that I did the whole journal and left all of everything in for you. So thank you, and